Hello, my name's Michael Conneely, and I thought I'd make this video because I wanted to share what I felt can be blocks to people moving forward, realising their greatness, manifesting what they came here to this life to achieve. Basically, I combine Western with Vedic astrology. And I don't just give a statement of, what transits you might be experiencing, what progressions. But if necessary, we seek to link this perception to something really positive and real. That can be artwork, it can be embodiment, it can be healing modalities, empowerment modalities. You can subscribe for a reading at any time. You can join any of my Western or Vedic astrology courses at any time. And from February to November, there's 4 wonderful worldwide webinar series weekly linked to various of the astrology courses. But I ask myself, what's the point of sort of offering all this or studying all this if we anchor ourselves in a situational mindset where we're blocked? And I want to mention 2 such situations or mindsets that are particularly occupying me at the moment. I suppose the first is where people practice Kundalini meditation, awareness meditation, mindfulness, and use that in a way that anaesthetizes them, that turns them into robots, where they make a virtue of watching thoughts and emotions arise and fall away. There are times in our life when maybe we need to do such a reflective phase. And certainly we need to develop awareness of the processes of our emotions and consciousness, but not in this anaesthetizing, world-denying way. You see, I feel we incarnate from lifetime to lifetime for reason, for an incarnational life purpose. And this can be to manifest certain creative spark. It can, for another example, be to become one's self, to express one's sovereignty, to defend that if necessary. For example, we might start off with circumstances in life where we weren't valued at all and never shown how to do that. Indeed, another life purpose can be finding value, valuing ourselves, not trying to find value in pointless ways. And so, to lock into often a meditation group where people sort of exchange almost happy slogans and inwards and are not authentic to how they're feeling, are not authentic to their life purpose, what they have to learn, what they have to let go of. To do that, you'll get nowhere. Opportunities will be offered to you, and if you take those opportunities, more will be offered and more and more. But if you stick in a world-denying mindset and utter the platitudes and feel know-it-all even, you lose your life. And the second sort of mindset or community is what might be called alternative communities used wrongly. You see, for 5 years I did a field study for a university, an ethnography. And ethnography is where the social anthropologist has to live in the groups and institutions he or she studies, and incidentally give them their own voice. And I studied a number of what are called in the UK alternative communities. And the conclusion I came to, and I wrote a book about it called The Backpacker's Guide to the New Spirituality. The conclusion I came to is that such alternative communities can be a place of refuge, but they are not the terminus of our life. And I think for those who turn such communities into the terminus, well, they actually lose their life. They just utter the platitudes. They can't relate, they can't find love. They don't know what love is. So what are the characteristics, maybe, of some of these alternative settings that they're most damaging? Well, I read a wonderful book the first phase of my study was Glastonbury, the second Totnes in the United Kingdom. And I read a book in Totnes called Spilling the Beans by, I think it was Martin Stotts, and I'm not sure it's at all available now. But he, did this wonderful book where, people define themselves through the vocabulary they use, through the clothing they wear, through the food they eat, through the, the healing modalities they use. But it becomes a definition through slogans. Who is the real person under all those slogans and labels? It's a very specialist branch of widespread Western culture where anyway people define themselves through what they consume. But it becomes total self-loss, life loss. And the difficulty is they can almost sit around in self-congratulatory groups mouthing the slogans, not able to know what loving relationship is, things like commitment and shared purpose. Feeling it's sort of wrong to give their children, stability and example sometimes. So often there's problems of drugs and alcohol in worst case scenarios. But even in, the more sincere cases, it is so easy to just mouth the slogans of the group, to go from group to group, when really you're not actually experiencing your true emotions. You're not being who you were born to be. You can become completely disabled. I believe that the energies from moment to moment bring us opportunities. And as an astrologer, I can point to, say, certain months or periods when great and very definable opportunities will be offered. If everything is simply subjected to slogan and mindset, then those opportunities won't be perceived, they won't be grasped hold of. Self-loss will follow into deeper self-loss. So I wanted to make this brief video to suggest that I feel there are dangers from two possible mindsets, and of course many other mindsets. And those two mindsets I'm thinking of as I speak in this video are self-loss through world-denying meditation and alternative type communities and groups. So I hope that if you feel you're in danger of losing your life and your spark through being in two such groups, you'll make the steps and make the connections to let them die in your life and to be reborn.